Hello and welcome to Finding Your Calm. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've had a lot of people asking us about stress release and how to reduce anxiety and how to feel a little bit more relaxed, especially around the holidays. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. If at any point you want to ask a question, if you're watching live in our Facebook group, go ahead and post questions there. And or if you are live on the webinar with us, feel free to chat in the chat box and ask questions there. So this is Finding Your Calm, and we're going to talk all about the stress relief techniques that you need to be able to feel a little bit more relaxed. So I do want to start off by saying welcome. I know that you have a lot going on and, it's almost December, and I just want to say thank you so much for giving yourself this time to really learn a little bit more, because we really, really love helping people to manage their stress and to find their calm here at the Happy Health Institute. So you are going to leave today with a whole bunch of techniques that you can absolutely start integrating right away. So this is our general overview for what we're going to be doing today. We'll do just a little bit of an introduction to get acquainted, and then we'll talk about stress and stress and food, a little bit about fitness and mindfulness, and then some benefits of adventure, as well as some ideas for extra relaxation. So my name is Kyria Marie, and I am the Happy Health coordinator here, and I just love doing webinars and helping people to learn a little bit more about things that they can, do on their own, and that they can help get started on their journey to optimum health. This webinar really is filled with lots of ideas that you can start using right away. So it's not going to be too lofty in the science or too out there, but it's very, very much going to help you start doing something today if you wanted to. So I'd like to ask you these questions. Do you want to be less stressed? Do you want to relax more? Do you want to feel freedom from everyday worries and reduce your anxiety and find your calm? So chances are, yes, right? I mean, who doesn't want any of those things? We absolutely would love more of that in our life, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So a little bit of background story about me. I was a public school teacher for years and years, and my first year of teaching, specifically for anybody who's been in the public service industry, it was so, so hard, and I definitely struggled with depression and anxiety, and my emotions were just a total roller coaster, up and down, and my blood sugar, not to mention, total roller coaster, and I had a lot of health issues that resulted as well. I definitely went to chocolate and food for comfort, and that wasn't really sustainable in the long run, obviously, but goodness, in the short term, that chocolate did feel good after a hard day of teaching. And I had so much caffeine because I had no energy. I was total, adrenal fatigue and just crash and burned at the end of every day. So at the beginning of every morning, I'd have a bunch of coffee. My health totally plummeted. And as a matter of fact, that's part of what got me on the health journey to start working more in health and to find natural solutions. So now I'm feeling much happier and healthier. I'm able to backpack, and I'm a yoga teacher and snorkeling and running half marathons and volunteering around the world and traveling. And I have my master's in nutrition and health coaching, and this is really what I love to do. So this is what I'm doing, and it's so great to be able to work with the Happy Health Institute to help other people who may have been struggling, who are suffering, who, felt that anxiety and that stress and that fatigue, to really be able to find their calm and to feel much better naturally. So true or false, little pop quiz here. Stress is the same for everyone. Well, what do you think? Stress is always bad for you. Stress is everywhere, so you can't do anything about it. No symptoms means no stress. And only major symptoms of stress require attention. So go ahead and write in the chat box if you think that these are true or these are false. Yep. Definitely. They are absolutely false. So that's the truth, and we can just trust that there's a lot that you can do about your stress, right? So stress isn't the same for everyone. And sometimes stress isn't bad for you. There's a certain type of stress called eustress, and when you have, maybe like a work deadline or something you need to do for your kids, or exercise, something that maybe can be hard, but it can be beneficial. And definitely, sometimes you have stress and you don't necessarily have symptoms of it, if that makes sense. So we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but I just want to point out some of those common misnomers. Before we jump into the details here, I do want to say a little disclaimer that stress obviously happens, right? And life happens. And I want to be totally honest with you that this webinar can't make you 100% calm forever, but it will give you a bunch of wonderful ideas for how to promote a stress-free life of peace, right? So just so we're all on the same page, don't want to make too many lofty expectations, but the truth is that when you have these tools in place, and we're going to talk about over 20 of them, if you have, maybe just one or two, then you can absolutely start feeling better right away, which is a great, great gift. So this is a little bit of research about stress, just to point out the importance of it, and that if you are feeling stressed, you're absolutely not alone, right? So this was based off of a study by the American Institute of Stress in 2014. You can see the top one there, people who regularly experience some physical symptoms caused by stress, 77%, right? So that's over 3/4 of the people in our nation experience physical symptoms that are manifested from their stress. So if you have health struggles, if you're going through challenges or difficulties physically, it's possible that it could be connected to your stress. So doing these techniques that we're going to talk about today can absolutely help your physical health as well. These ones I thought were really, really interesting. Top causes of stress. So job pressure, money, health, relationships, poor nutrition, too much media, TV, Facebook, whatever it is, and sleep deprivation. So if you can empathize with any of those, the interesting thing is that these techniques we're talking about, you can use them anywhere. You can use them at your work. You can use them if you're starting to get stressed about finances. Using them is going to help you with your health. So we start to see how it's all interconnected. So are we ready to jump into finding your calm? I see some people saying yes in the chat box. Remember, you can absolutely message us personally. I know some people like to keep their anonymity, so feel free to message in the group chat box or personally, but looks like we are all ready to jump right in here. So to begin, we're going to talk about the story of stress. So symptoms of stress. What symptoms have you experienced that are related to your stress? Okay, I see somebody saying that they feel their heart gets really, really loud and starts bumping and beating and pumping. Somebody else says that they can't think super clearly. That makes sense. Somebody else says that they start sweating. Absolutely. Yeah. So all of those are super duper common symptoms of stress. And there's so many different types, but emotional symptoms, like one of you just mentioned, but becoming agitated, frustrated, moody, feeling overwhelmed, lonely, worthless, depressed, having difficulty relaxing and quieting your mind, and even avoiding others. So some of us have more of an emotional symptom reaction to stress, while others may have more physical symptoms, like the 77% of people in our nation. So these ones look like low energy, headaches, upset stomach, diarrhea, constipation, nausea, aches, pains, chest pain, that rapid heartbeat that one of you just mentioned, insomnia, and even getting cold and infection. So if you're somebody who often gets sick, especially now in the winter months, it is common that part of that could be related to your stress. So another type of symptoms for stress is cognitive symptoms. So if you're really anxious or you worry a lot, if you have racing thoughts, forgetfulness, hard to focus, poor judgment, or even just being pessimistic, right? That Mr. Scrooge, if you feel like you're only seeing the negative side, then maybe that's a reason for the stress. And then lastly, behavioral symptoms of stress. So these ones include changes in appetite, right? So sometimes people will eat more or less, like I would eat a whole bunch of chocolate when I was super stressed. Sometimes procrastinating or avoiding responsibilities, just wanting to give up and not even be involved, or increased use of external substances like alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes. And then even some nervous behaviors, like you see people nail biting or fidgeting or pacing around the room. That could be a sign of stress. There's a really wonderful book called Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, and that talks about when zebras get, chased by lions, and if they make it and they're not one of the ones who got eaten, they'll actually shake afterwards because they're trying to release all of that extra adrenaline and cortisol from their bloodstream, your stress hormones. That way it doesn't have a toxic buildup. So if you see people fidgeting or pacing around, it's almost that mammalian aspect of trying to release some of those stress hormones. So there's usually a reason for why we do what we do. Now, consequences of long-term stress, there's a lot of them, right? You can imagine maybe you've heard of people who have like cardiovascular disease, or people who, struggle with obesity. If you have menstrual problems, sexual dysfunction, your skin is breaking out or your hair is falling out. Maybe people who have gastrointestinal issues, right? If you're stressed and, how people say that their stomach is all tied in knots, sometimes that literally leads to things like gastritis or ulcerative colitis or, irritable bowel syndrome, things of that nature. So we know that stress isn't just a mental thing, but it's very much a physical thing as well, which is why it's so, so important that if you're feeling stress a lot, right? I mean, it's okay to have some stress sometimes, but if you're feeling it a lot, then it's really, really important to take home some of these techniques that we're going to talk today so you can help yourself and your loved ones. So this is where we get into the fun part here. Techniques for stress relief. What are some of the things that you guys have tried before that you have had success with that make you feel less stressed? Yoga. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yoga's a good one. Meditation. That works as well. Going outside in nature. Absolutely. Yep. All great techniques for stress relief. We're going to talk about eating better, exercise techniques, social activities, nature, like one of you just mentioned, mindfulness, breathing, travel, and a lot more. So feeling happier and calmer and more motivated by turning the raw energy of fear and worry into useful, positive energy for good. This is what we're going to be talking about. So stress and food. Do you think that stress is connected to food? Yes, right. Absolutely. There's totally a connection there. So we're going to talk about some of the best superfoods for reducing your stress. Now, clearly in the photo here, you're seeing lots of healthy foods, right? We have salmon, we have blueberries, nuts, seeds, really healthy fats like olive oil and avocado. That's all really, really great. And we really do know that, on the other hand, stress eating is nothing new, right? So, however, eating the wrong foods when you're stressed can make things worse. So the combination of junk food and stress is particularly harmful. We know that famous researchers are out there discovering new benefits of these superfoods and stress. And there was this Dr. Kirsten Ashburr, and she reported that there appears to be a stress pathway that works through diet. For example, it could be similar to what we see in animals, where fat cells grow faster in response to junk food when the body is chronically stressed. What does that mean? So it means that junk food oftentimes, especially under stress, leads to more weight gain, more obesity, more, metabolic issues and things of that nature. So we really want to focus on dark leafy greens like you see in this image, fermented foods like kefir, kombucha, sauerkraut, omega-3 fats like the salmon and the olives, and then blueberries are also a great idea. This is one of our favorite salads. We're going to give you the recipe here, so feel free to take a screenshot of this slide here. But this is so, so yummy, and it really does help if you're feeling stressed to have this because it includes all of those great ingredients that we just talked about. But when you combine avocados and broccoli and a little bit of coriander with some limes and tahini, which is ground up sesame seed with olive oil, or tamari, a little bit of maple syrup if you want it kind of sweet. It's so, so yummy. Great for potlucks and parties as well. Now, if you do feel like you want to indulge a little bit and, you have a little bit of that sweet tooth, this is another great recipe that I would recommend taking a screenshot of. And this one is really, really delicious. Blueberry banana spelt muffins. So we'll send this out in an email after the webinar to everybody who registered. That way you can try it out at home, and kids love it too. Everybody loves it. And we use ripe bananas as the sweetener as opposed to, using sugar or something of that nature. So take a screenshot if you want, try it at home, and we'll also follow up in the email. Moving on to fitness and the mind. So nothing beats a good workout. Excuse me, right? You've probably heard people say that before, but does anybody regret working out after you've worked out? Right. So sometimes it can be hard to actually work out, but once you get in there, whether you're going out for a walk or a run or you're going to the gym, it feels so, so great afterwards because you have all those endorphins pumping and you feel so strong. And was a research study that said that 7 out of 10 adults in the United States say they experience stress or anxiety daily, and most say it interferes, at least moderately, with their lives. And exercise is the most recommended stress reduction method. I'll say that again. Exercise is the most recommended stress reduction method. So especially with people who are super busy, you want to hit as many birds with one stone, right? So when you're working out, you know that it has so many benefits for your heart and for your brain and for your body, and not to mention your stress, right? So also your mind. If you feel like you have, barriers to working out, there's 2 great tips that we offer. So one is to have a workout buddy, right? So maybe somebody that you can walk the dog with in the morning who will keep you accountable. And number 2 is, this may sound kind of silly, but it's to sleep in your workout clothes. So maybe it's sleep in your yoga pants or sleep in your running shorts, whatever it is. And then that way, when you just wake up in the morning, all you have to do is roll out of bed, just put your shoes on and go. It's kind of a funny one, but it does help with people, especially in the beginning of starting this habit. So if you want some exercise ideas, these are some of our favorites. And they're kind of 3 categories. But if you're into cardio, you can do things like jumping rope or doing burpees or squats, lunges, things of that nature. If you want to, do a little bit more of strength training, you can do some push-ups, some plank tabletops. You can do some jumping jacks. And the ones that really, really get people is doing the 4 moves to leave you breathless. So squats, knee push-ups, V-ups, mountain climbers, resting. These are all great. And again, we'll share them in an email afterwards. That way you don't have to worry about memorizing this, but take a screenshot if you want it right now. And definitely helps. If you are not working out at all right now, a little bit is better than nothing. Waking up in the morning and doing 10 jumping jacks is better than nothing. Waking up and doing 5 push-ups is better than nothing, right? So all the baby steps will definitely make an impact over time. So yoga and Tai Chi and Pilates. Does anybody in here do yoga or Tai Chi or Pilates? Go ahead and just write yes in the chat box. Yep. Okay. So looks like we have a couple people who do Pilates. Most of us do yoga. Tai Chi, anybody tried it? Okay. Yep. Somebody's tried it before. So this is really, really helpful because we know that many cultures have enjoyed the stress relieving benefits of these types of workouts, right? We know that yoga specifically involves a series of poses and then constantly coming back to the breath work, constantly coming back to the present moment, that mind-body connection. Tai Chi, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of similar to yoga, and it's a series of self-paced flowing body movements and breathing techniques that are meant to calm the mind. Pilates is really designed for strength and flexibility and endurance, and it's a great workout, and it also helps to relieve stress. Martial arts. So this one we like because it's pretty fun, right? It can be super powerful, and it really is an effective way to release energy, frustration, and tension. There's different styles of martial arts, and they've gained popularity over the years, right? Jackie Chan in the movies, like it makes it super popular to do. And you can find karate studios or judo, taekwondo, kickboxing. These are offered at a lot of gyms, and they're also common in many communities. If you just Google and look up to see if you have a community center kickboxing studio, they're gaining more and more popularity. There's a lot of controlled punching and kicking movements, which gives a really good rigorous workout. And as you can imagine, punching and kicking, a bag or, another person in your martial arts class, it helps to work out frustration and release anger for those people who want to practice a little bit more of, the self-discipline. Plus, obviously it's beneficial too for self-defense and those types of reasons as well. Team sports. Do we have any team sports people in here? Yeah. Okay. Uh-huh. Volleyball, football, soccer, basketball in high school. Okay. Yeah, all of those are great. As you're aware, there's a lot of community sports centers, right? Like you could join your local YMCA or your local softball league or whatever it is if you are really wanting to experience that with other people, or you can just take your kids and go to the basketball hoop and shoot some hoops. But popular activities, tennis, golf, frisbee golf, volleyball, pickleball is becoming more popular, kickball, softball, basketball, all these sports. And not only is there the physical benefit of working out, but also the social benefit, right? So this one is really different because it involves other people. Like you could do yoga or kickboxing by yourself, but when you're out there with your family or you're out there with friends or your community, you start to get those social benefits and you start to look forward to having, a fun activity to do with friends. So that's a good one to try as well. A dance break. Any dancers? Dancers? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this may sound silly, but honestly, if you have a song that you love, you can just, during your lunch hour, even if you're at the office, just turn on that music, put in your headphones or put it on your computer speaker, whatever you have, and just take a little dance break. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it can make a world of a difference. It's a little bit of cardio, it's a little bit of stretching or movement, and it's just kind of fun, right? A little bit silly. So you can do that on one hand, or you can go all out and you can try taking a class. You can take one with your partner. You can take one with a friend. You can get out of your comfort zone a little bit and get more into your body. So this has all sorts of benefits, right? When you move your body and your body feels good, your mind starts to feel good. And it's also a really great creative outlet for people to express their personalities in a safe environment. So definitely a great, great option to try. If you're feeling shy and you don't want to, you don't want to go out to a dance class, just dance at home. Turn the music on. You can be totally alone, light a candle, have a good time, and take a dance break. So mindfulness for peace. This one is a pretty popular one, and it's usually what people think about when we're talking about stress-relieving activities. So meditation. Okay, so somebody said that this was their favorite form at the beginning of the presentation, and we love meditation as well. And really, any activity that you perform where you can stay fully present, completely and non-judgmentally rooted in the now can count as a mindfulness and meditation technique. So you can use these techniques by sitting outside in nature. That's a great idea. You can also just lay in your bed. You can lay on the floor. You can sit in a chair. You can be driving in a car, but try not to get too entranced in the zone, right? But really, it's just being in the moment. And as your thoughts drift in, you can simply acknowledge them and then return to the sounds of whatever environment you're in. You can turn on a song and listen to chimes or a gong, right? You can find meditations on YouTube. Anything that you think that you would enjoy that would help you to relax is a great idea. And if you want to take it to the next level, you can light a candle, you can have some aromatherapy, you can give yourself a little foot massage beforehand to feel more relaxed, whatever is best. And if you'd like to have some guidance, we have an excellent YouTube channel with Dr. Anna Lowe, and she has a handful of meditations on there, and she'll guide you through every single step and every single second of the meditation. So if you just check out Dr. Anna Lowe on YouTube, you'll see a number of really, really great meditations. So focused breathing here. Focused breathing is really, really important to just have a moment of purposeful breath. And we obviously know that breathing is an automatic process, right? You can do breathing when you're sleeping without even thinking about it, but we rarely use our full lung capacity. So think about it. When was the last time you took a purposeful breath? A big deep breath in and a big deep breath out. Let's do it right now. Okay, are you with me? Big deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And big exhale out. So there you go. You just did focused breathing. Congratulations. One of your strategies for finding your calm, you just did it right now. And it can honestly be that simple. It can be as simple as one deep focused breath. There's a few different ways of breathing. You can do equal breathing like we just did, just a big deep breath in and a big deep breath out. You can breathe as you think about the top of your head and then down your neck and down your back, and your arms and your legs and your toes, and kind of do a full body scan. And another great exercise for breathing as well is taking short inhales, like and holding it, and then taking a long exhale. So really, all of these are great ways of connecting your mind back with your body. And if you feel like you're just going to explode or burst into tears or cry, or it's okay to do those things. But if you feel like you want to just come back in the moment and pause that anxiety or that stress reaction, if you can just remember to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and give yourself that 2-second space of pause, it's amazing how much can change in our entire lives, really, just in that moment. So aromatherapy, this one is another groovy one, right? But we really, really love to use essential oils in the practice because they're so simple and they're so beautiful, right? It makes you feel like you're in a spa. And these are a few of our favorites. So again, you can take a screenshot. We're going to share in an email as a follow-up. Rosemary is awesome because it smells good and it also helps to reduce your cortisol levels. Lavender is one of the most popular oils and it has mild, calming effects. It can help you fall asleep. Lang Lang has also been found to promote calmness and reduce stress. So just, putting a little bit on your wrist, or if you have a diffuser, that can help you to just relax a little bit more at the end of a long day. And then lemon oil is really strong, right? Like when you cut open a lemon, it's a powerful pick-me-up, and it actually works well, studies show, as an antidepressant because it helps to give you that stimulation that you might need throughout the day. So having a bottle of lemon oil on your desk and just taking a little smell throughout the day after an hour of emails or whatever you have going on is a great idea to give you that extra boost. So getting it all out. Do we have anybody in here who likes to journal? Yeah? Diary? Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's so many different ways of doing it. And clearly you can get it all out with a friend, right? You can talk it out. But sometimes the best remedy for stress is to remove the stress. So this may physically mean removing the cause of stress from your life. Like maybe you're allergic to gluten and you stop eating gluten and then you have less physical stress, right? Or maybe it just means the stress is in your head and you want to remove it by writing it out on a piece of paper. So that can really help sometimes with reflecting and giving ourselves that inch of distance between our mind and our emotions so that you can start to look at it and maybe you'll be able to find the cause of your stress or even be able to resolve the issue. So when removing the stress itself isn't an option, you can always get it out of your head, like we were just saying, by talking with a professional or a loved one or journaling. Talk therapy can definitely be a great way to relieve stress because sharing your stress with someone can help you gain a different perspective on what is stressing you out. Sometimes talking to a friend can help because they can relate or they have helpful suggestions. And also, cognitive behavior therapy is a great technique for relieving chronic stress. A therapist can work with you to help identify negative thoughts and behaviors and patterns to help you correct them. But honestly, sometimes just the act of writing it down is enough. So you can try keeping a journal and setting aside some time, maybe once a day or once a week, just to write out some things that are bothering you, some things that are stressful. Or you can even start a gratitude journal, which is something that we recommend at the Happy Health Institute to focus on the positive aspects of your life. So give it a try. You can write down some things that are bothering you, and or write down some things that you're grateful for. So travel. This one is a pretty fun one. Has anybody in here gone traveling recently, maybe over summer vacation? Okay, somebody went to Mexico, Thailand, Colorado. Yeah, sometimes you can just do traveling in your own hometown too, right? And just check out some gardens or a theater or, a concert, something new, an art venue. Now, you may not have thought of traveling as a stress relief technique, but getting away from your stress can actually help you to decompress and gain a new perspective. So just the act of planning a vacation can keep your mind off of things that stress you out. Now, travel helps to relieve stress by exposing us to fresh air and sunshine. Vacations are the perfect time for play and relaxation, which decrease tension in itself. Travel also offers a certain amount of freedom. When you're away, you don't have to stick to a specific schedule or worry about staying up too late or getting up too early. We all love not having the alarm clock, right? In France and Britain, employers know the benefits of stress-free employees, and as a result, guess what they get? Double the vacation time that Americans receive. So, what are you waiting for? Start planning your next trip. You can check it out. There's so many websites dedicated to helping you find really, really great deals. And some of the best deals that you can find are last minute. So if you have, a vacation time coming up with the holidays, check it out online. If you feel like you want to travel and get away, you might be surprised that you can save a bunch of money by using some of those online resources. The great outdoors. Maybe you don't want to travel, or that's not really in the equation right now, but maybe just getting outside is. So I want to ask you, is there really anything better than being outside on a beautiful day? Maybe not, right? Maybe being with your friends or your loved ones. But if you can get outside and have some sunshine, it helps so much, right? It helps to be able to relax and to enjoy what's going on in your natural environment. So when you have time, check it out. Go to a park, a lake, the beach, anywhere that's in nature, and try and do something calming and soothing. So you can do that journaling exercise that we talked about. You can bring a book. You can just lay outside, whatever feels best to you. And this is the challenge. Try and leave your cell phone behind, okay? So try at least to put it on airplane mode or do not disturb mode. Don't check your emails or social media when you're outside, but just enjoy being out there. You can go for a walk or just sit quietly, bring, a friend and have a chit chat, whatever feels best to you. But this is definitely one of the easiest and one of the best ways to relieve stress. So volunteering, this is one of my favorite techniques. Volunteering can be a mental pick-me-up since it helps reduce anxiety and stress, and it also forces you to change your focus, right? So have you guys ever had a bad day or been going through a stressful time, and then you went volunteering and you started helping somebody else or something else, and then you felt better? Can you relate? Yeah. Right? It does. It really helps sometimes just to take the focus off of yourself to be able to connect to somebody else, right? Something greater than yourself. So you often will feel better about your life and you'll help other people change their lives. So honestly, it's a win-win. And I think that there's so much power in gratitude. So when you help others and you start seeing the world through somebody else's eyes, it can help to cultivate an attitude of gratitude in your own life. You will no doubt walk away with the realization that your stresses may have been blown out of proportion and maybe somebody else has it a little bit harder than you. These are some of the best volunteering activities that I think. Picking up trash at a park or the beach, helping out in an animal shelter. You can work in a soup kitchen, giving out food to the homeless, being a mentor, becoming a big brother, big sister. That's an excellent program where you can sign up to kind of be a mentor for a boy or girl that's maybe in elementary school or middle school. And They just have so many fun activities that you can do with them. You can help raise money for your favorite charity or visiting with the elderly in nursing homes. There's so many different things to do. So this is our last section here, bonus ideas for finding your Zen. If you need some more ideas, there's tons, right? I'm sure that you have some other ideas that we haven't even talked about yet, but here's just a couple more ideas for you. Watching something funny, sometimes that's the easiest remedy is just having a laugh, right? Just having one of those big, deep belly full laughs. Sometimes you just laugh until you cry and then everything is better. You can get a coloring book. Adult coloring books have become so popular these days. Hugging someone, you can hug yourself. If you have a pet, you can hug them. When you hug, even if you're faking it, or not necessarily faking it, but if you're feeling stressed and you feel like you need a hug, it helps to release the oxytocin in your body. Just like if you give yourself a massage or you get a massage, anything like that, it's the cuddle hormone, right? So that will help to relieve stress. You can doodle on a scratch pad, playing game, cute animals on YouTube, right? We can get super silly, but you can see this whole list, taking a bath, having a picnic, watching the sunset, calling a friend, smelling the roses, literally, right? Going outside and smelling the roses. The point here is that there's so many different activities that you can do. Would you add any to this list that you don't see anything that we haven't talked about today or that's not on this list? Yeah, absolutely. So somebody said going to church or like a religious ceremony. That's a fantastic idea, right? So that helps to connect with your spirit and also with a community, probably. So that can be a really great opportunity. Any other ideas? Going backpacking? Okay, yeah. So that's kind of like getting outside in nature and going on a vacation in one, right? You get outside and you can go hiking and be out. So those are great ideas. Yeah, absolutely. I would encourage you to think of your own ideas too, but these are just meant to be kind of a bouncing board for you to start. So I want to ask you, what is one of your favorite strategies? So just type in the chat box. I want you to be empowered to take at least one of these strategies and start incorporating it into your life. We talked about food and volunteering and nature and being outside and travel, meditation, dancing, breathing, team sports, martial arts, yoga, working out. Which one of those is your favorite? Okay, so somebody said that they're going to start walking their dog and they have a friend that they can call. Start walking their dog with their friend. Awesome. Okay, yoga. Yeah, that's a good one. What's another one? Okay, setting a reminder on your phone to breathe. Cool. If you have an Apple Watch, I know oftentimes those will remind you to breathe. But yeah, absolutely just a reminder on your phone. Setting your alarm in the morning 5 minutes earlier to meditate. That's a great idea too. Or even just meditating 5 minutes before you go to bed. But yeah, awesome. Any other ideas? Just one thing. I know that we talked about so many, but just take a moment to pick one strategy that is your favorite, that you feel like is attainable and achievable, that you can start trying. Maybe just try a couple times this week. Go to the gym. Okay. Yeah. And even if you just go to the gym once, if you're going none at all right now, then just going once. Awesome. Okay. So that's your challenge, is to try one of those activities and to give it a go, right? And to see how that feels for you. So you can absolutely take all of this information and do it yourself. That's what this presentation is designed for. That's what this is here to help you do, so that you can feel empowered and have all the resources at your fingertips to help you. If you want to take it a step further, you can take this information and work hand in hand with our expert team to ensure your greatest success. So if you really are feeling super stressed out, super low energy, a lot of anxiety, adrenal fatigue, if you're feeling, kind of at the end of your rope and you would like some professional guidance, we absolutely would be happy to help you reach those health goals that you desire. So this is the program that's offered by Dr. Anna Lowe at the Happy Health Institute. And this has become so incredible to see all the amazing results that the patients are getting. This is called the Happy Health Essentials program, and it's intended to give you more support at a great value so that you can have better results from this partnership with your doctor. And it's over the course of 6 to 8 months. And you have so many great benefits here. I'll show you just a few of them. There's a medical case review, printed educational materials, directed discounted lab testing pricing, lab results interpretation video. You get high touch access to an incredible functional medicine clinician and health coach and patient care coordinator. And you have access to all of the online workshops, community support, group coaching, all of the presentations that we do, because we really want you to be as successful as possible. So if you're interested in learning more about this, check out the website onnalowemd.com, onnalomd.com/contact, and you can schedule a free consult for a holistic approach and to help you with solutions for your stress and anxiety. So this is an incredible opportunity to talk directly with Dr. Anna Lowe, our MD and functional medicine practitioner, and she's awesome. And she can help you to decide if this is the right thing for you, right? So if you really would like some more support and you're feeling like you are interested in this holistic, natural way of helping to address your root causes so that you stop feeling so stressed out and you start feeling more calm, absolutely check out onnalowemd.com /contact and just have a free consult. Get to know what the program is about and if this is the right one for you. These are a few of the testimonials from patients. Bethany says, I don't remember myself feeling any better since my childhood, both physically and cognitively. I would recommend Dr. Anna to anyone who is suffering from chronic fatigue. The next one here is from Yesenia, and she said, our first session totally changed the perspective of my condition and opened the possibilities to better physical and spiritual health. And then we have Allie. She said she is also such a warm and caring physician with a healing presence. And that's absolutely true of Dr. Anna Lowe. So some bonuses just for everybody. Do check out our free 14 Days to Health video series. It's incredible. Dr. Anna Lowe made these awesome 14 videos where she guides you through all different techniques and ideas and skills to help set you up for the best health in 2 weeks. So if you'd like to become a patient at the Happy Health Institute, we'll walk you through this personally, but really for everybody, this is an expert series that's totally free for you. It's an incredible value, 14 days. So you'll sign up here and then we'll send you in your email an email every day with that tip. And it is transformational. If you just do this and nothing else, you're going to learn so much. And then number 2, join our Happy Healthy community on Facebook, and you're going to get inside access to more free presentations like this one, free health tools, our live events, and you can just find us at facebook.com/groups/happy healthy community, happy health community. And that's where you can connect with like-minded people who feel similarly that you do, that we want to live happy, healthy lives in a natural, holistic way. So the next step here is to schedule your free phone consult with Dr. Lowe. And again, you can call our office at 510-747-9033 or check out the website. So I do want to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining today. I know that it's the holidays and there's a lot going on, but thank you so much for taking the time. And I would like to ask you to thank yourself, because really all of these techniques are to help you have a happier and healthier life. And this is what we love to do. We love to help empower you to take your health to the next level. So these are the references here. Tons of awesome research and studies and all sorts of things that went into making this presentation. And yeah, thanks again. Thank you so much. If you have any questions at all whatsoever, please do feel free to let us know, and we'd be so happy to help you. And we do have a little bit of time for Q&A right now. So go ahead and, if you're on Facebook or YouTube or, live on the webinar, feel free to write your questions in the chat box, and we'll take a few minutes here to go ahead and answer them. While we do that, I'm going to leave this slide up here so you can go ahead and go to that webpage now and sign up for your free consultation to learn more about the Essentials program. Okay, I see one question. I'm going to leave the name anonymous. Somebody says, this sounds great, and I love all of these ideas for finding my calm, but I just feel a little overwhelmed and don't really know where to start. So thank you for being so honest and so vulnerable, first and foremost. And I would say you're not alone, right? So many of us experience high amounts of stress, and it's so important just to take small baby steps, right? So small baby steps in the right direction is really going to be transformational in the long run. So you said that you like a lot of these ideas. That challenge at the end of thinking of one idea, just think of one of them, right? So we're going to send you the copy of this recording so that you can review it in the future. If you would like more ideas in the future, you don't have to worry about memorizing them all or doing them all by any means, but just pick one. So if you like the martial arts, or you like the morning workout, or you like the breathing exercise or the traveling idea, just pick one and just try it out. Maybe just try it out once, maybe try it out once this week. The important thing is to do our best not to get so overwhelmed that then we just give up, right? So that would be our advice, is just pick one, start slow, turtle medicine, right? And just go slow and steady. Okay, another question. My family's really stressed out, so I get stressed out. What can I do? This is a little bit different, right? So if your family's really stressed out, maybe you could watch this presentation with them and see what ideas you like as a family together. I know that especially when we're close with our loved ones, sometimes we can get stressed out just because our family members are stressed out. Maybe somebody in your family is really sick. Maybe you're not sick, but you get stressed because you're being empathetic with them, right? So you can share this presentation with them and then decide some activities to do together. Maybe you can go to a Pilates class together. You can cook a favorite meal together. But I would first and foremost just have a conversation with them about stress and about, ideas for reducing it. And then maybe you could recommend some. Does that sound okay? Yeah? Okay, cool. Any other questions here? Dr. Analo in the Essentials program? So yeah, absolutely. Honestly, to learn the best information about this program, just set up a free consult. So go to analomd.com/contact, and you'll get to talk with Dr. Analo directly, and she'll be able to answer all of your questions about it. But it's truly transformational. It's a 6 to 8 month program, and she dives deep into the details and functional lab testing and your whole health history and health evaluation and your symptoms and your goals. And it's really, really amazing, a really holistic, functional approach. And, she's an incredible MD, so she can merge together both sides of that world. Yeah. Alrighty, everybody. Well, I do want to say thank you. I don't see any other questions here for now. So if you do have questions, feel free to go to this website here and, any questions about anything, let us know. And also come on over to our Facebook group and check us out. Come say hello. I'll put that up here again for a couple seconds. Come say hello. Thank you so much. Have such a great day and take care. Bye-bye.